What is suddenly making Malaysia the center of global attention in 2025? Is it the rapid economic shifts, the powerful geopolitical plays, or something even more surprising? In a year packed with global turmoil and shifting alliances, one country in Southeast Asia is rising above expectations, and that country is Malaysia. Known for its vibrant culture, stunning landscapes, and unique blend of modernity and tradition, Malaysia is no stranger to tourism or regional influence. But what's happening right now is different. This isn't just another moment in the spotlight, it's a transformation. In this video, we're diving deep into 10 shocking reasons why Malaysia is trending in 2025. These aren't the typical tourist brochures or mainstream media clichés. These are real, eye-opening changes that are captivating the world, from dramatic political shifts to revolutionary tech moves, from international alliances to cultural revolutions. You'll hear about the moves Malaysia is making on the global stage, how it's turning heads across industries, and why it's suddenly becoming a hot topic in conversations everywhere from Washington to Beijing to Berlin. Whether you're Malaysian, a curious traveler, or just someone who wants to understand what the future holds, this video will challenge your assumptions and open your eyes. Stick around till the end because the final reason will leave you speechless. So let's get started. Malaysia's bold political reawakening. In recent years, Malaysia's political scene has often been clouded by instability and coalition struggles. But 2025 has ushered in a surprising new era of political clarity and reform. The current leadership has taken steps that many thought were impossible, uniting diverse political factions, prioritizing national interest over party loyalty, and pushing bold legislative changes that promote accountability and transparency. This political reawakening isn't just national news, it's global. World leaders are watching Malaysia's approach to inclusive governance, especially as many democracies around the world face polarization and public distrust. The newfound political maturity is shocking because it breaks from a long-standing cycle of turmoil. The government has taken strides in tackling corruption, engaging youth voices, and introducing a reformist agenda that resonates with both rural and urban communities. It's a rebranding of the nation's political identity, and it's catching the world's attention. Tech startups are turning Kuala Lumpur into Asia's Silicon Valley. Malaysia's capital, Kuala Lumpur, has become a booming hub for tech innovation in 2025. While nations like Singapore and South Korea have long held dominance in the tech space, Malaysia has come from behind and taken everyone by surprise. Fueled by government grants, international investments, and a local talent pool educated in AI, robotics, and fintech, the startup ecosystem in Malaysia is on fire. International tech giants are relocating their regional headquarters to Malaysia. Why? Because the cost of operations is lower, the infrastructure is expanding rapidly, and the local innovation scene is driven by hungry young entrepreneurs with fresh ideas. This unexpected boom has even led some experts to dub Kuala Lumpur as the next Silicon Valley of Southeast Asia. Malaysia's rise in this space isn't just about money, it's about influence. The world is watching the nation become a digital powerhouse. A global cultural wave led by Malaysian artists and influencers. Malaysia is making cultural waves across the globe. From the Grammy-nominated musicians to viral fashion influencers, the Malaysian cultural renaissance is exploding internationally in 2025. In music, artists blending traditional Malay instruments with modern genres like trap and EDM are redefining soundscapes. In film, Malaysian directors are earning critical acclaim in major festivals. On social media, influencers from Malaysia are setting global trends, not just following them. This cultural wave isn't just creative, it's strategic. Malaysian creatives are collaborating with global names, putting their heritage front and center, and exporting Malaysian identity to the world. This surge of recognition has shocked even cultural critics, as Malaysia was often overshadowed by its neighbors in previous years. But not anymore. Now, Malaysia is influencing the global cultural conversation. The rise of eco-cities and smart green development. Malaysia is quietly leading a green revolution, and it's turning heads globally. Cities like Putrajaya and Cyberjaya are being transformed into smart eco-cities with a focus on sustainability, renewable energy, and green transport. Entire neighborhoods are being built around solar integration, vertical farming, and digital waste management. While most countries talk about green energy, Malaysia is actually building it into the bones of its infrastructure. And the shocker? It's not just government-driven. Private companies and young entrepreneurs are spearheading these efforts, creating a new economic class that cares deeply about the environment. Tourists, investors, and global observers are amazed at how Malaysia has blended environmental priorities with real-time innovation. It's becoming a blueprint for other developing nations, and that's why the world is paying close attention. A surprising shift toward global leadership in diplomacy. Malaysia has always maintained a relatively neutral stance in global politics. But in 2025, the nation has taken a more assertive role in international diplomacy, especially in the Asia-Pacific. Malaysia's mediation efforts in regional disputes and its balanced relationships with the US, China, and ASEAN neighbors have elevated its status. The world is surprised to see Malaysia emerge as a peace broker, trade facilitator, and voice of moderation. What's shocking isn't that Malaysia is involved, it's that global powers are actively seeking its input. From climate talks to tech trade negotiations, Malaysia's balanced diplomacy and multicultural credibility make it uniquely positioned to bridge global divides. It's no longer just an observer, it's becoming a central player. Malaysia's healthcare leap is staggering. In a world still reeling from global health crises, Malaysia has shocked observers with a dramatic leap in healthcare innovation and accessibility. What was once considered a mid-tier medical system is now being hailed as one of the most resilient and forward-looking. In 2025, Malaysia rolled out nationwide digital health systems, artificial intelligence diagnostics in rural areas, and integrated mental health services into public clinics. It also attracted medical tourists who are seeking affordable, world-class treatment. The real shock. The quality of care in smaller towns and villages is now nearly on par with major hospitals in Kuala Lumpur. International media has begun spotlighting Malaysia as a healthcare model, not just for developing nations, but even for struggling Western countries. The public-private partnership model is proving to be so efficient that health ministers from other nations are flying in to study it. In short, Malaysia isn't just catching up, it's setting the pace in health innovation. Unprecedented youth-driven national rebranding. The youth of Malaysia have risen like never before. In 2025, the younger generation isn't waiting for permission, they're rewriting the nation's story themselves. From grassroots political movements to digital entrepreneurship, young Malaysians are pushing boundaries and defying expectations. What's shocking is how organized and influential this movement has become. They're not just protesting or creating startups, they're shaping policy, redesigning education, influencing elections, and rebuilding local economies. Unlike many nations where generational divides have grown wider, Malaysia's youth have found ways to integrate with tradition without discarding it. They use social media not for vanity, but for activism, nation-building, and cultural pride. The global community is amazed at how a young demographic once underestimated is now actively reshaping Malaysia's identity on the world stage. It's raw. It's real. And it's revolutionary. The tourism comeback nobody predicted. Just a few years ago, Malaysia's tourism industry was grappling with border closures and global travel hesitancy. But in 2025, it's back, not just restored, but completely reimagined. The country didn't just open its borders, it reinvented the entire travel experience. Instead of relying solely on luxury hotels and beaches, Malaysia began promoting eco-villages, cultural immersion programs, and digital nomad visas. From indigenous crafts to jungle retreats powered by sustainable energy, the tourism model became deeply experiential. The shocker. Malaysia didn't just recover tourism, it outperformed expectations and bypassed more traditional tourist hotspots. Influencers, filmmakers, and even royalty from around the world have been seen visiting lesser-known Malaysian regions. What used to be a brief stopover country has now become a destination in its own right. The transformation is nothing short of astonishing. Shifting loyalties, Malaysia's strategic pivot toward new alliances. In 2025, Malaysia made bold moves in reshaping its global alliances, and the shift has been both subtle and shocking. While it has traditionally played a balancing act between Western powers and China, recent developments show Malaysia deepening ties with unexpected partners like Turkey, the Gulf nations, and Central Asian economies. This pivot is economic, technological, and ideological. Malaysia has begun crafting new trade routes, participating in regional currency initiatives, and investing in joint defense developments with non-traditional allies. These moves have surprised analysts, as they signal a diversification strategy that's more self-reliant and less dependent on global superpowers. The world is watching with raised eyebrows as Malaysia steps away from old dependencies and forges its own unique path on the geopolitical chessboard. It's not rebellion, it's reinvention. The spiritual and cultural revival that's moving the world. In an age dominated by materialism and digital chaos, Malaysia has become an unexpected source of spiritual and cultural grounding. In 2025, there is a growing international fascination with Malaysia's balance between religious diversity, cultural harmony, and traditional values. This revival isn't government-sponsored, it's community-driven. Mosques, temples, churches, and indigenous spiritual centers are experiencing a renaissance. Youth are reconnecting with their cultural roots, old languages are being preserved, and traditional festivals are becoming global phenomena. The harmony among diverse faiths, something many countries are losing, is being studied and admired globally. What shocks the world is how Malaysia maintains peace and coexistence in a time where cultural identity is often a battleground. This deeply rooted cultural wisdom is now being looked at not just as heritage, but as a global example. So now that you've seen the 10 shocking reasons why Malaysia is trending in 2025, ask yourself this: were you expecting this? From political transformation to cultural resurgence, from tech innovation to a reimagined tourism landscape, Malaysia is no longer sitting on the sidelines of global headlines. It's right in the middle of them. What makes this moment so powerful is that it isn't driven by one singular event. It's a combination of deep-rooted change, bold vision, and unstoppable momentum from everyday people, Malaysians themselves. The nation is showing the world how transformation doesn't have to come from revolutions or chaos. It can come from evolution, community, and clarity of purpose. The rest of the world is watching Malaysia, and now, you are too. The question is, are you ready to rethink everything you thought you knew about this beautiful country? If you found this video eye-opening, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss another video from us. We dive deep into stories the mainstream media overlooks, stories that are shaping our world in real time. Drop a comment below and let us know which of these reasons shocked you the most. And if you're from Malaysia, tell us how you're seeing these changes firsthand. Let's keep this conversation going. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one on InfoSphere.